Hi everyone, my name is Renee and welcome to Amid the Chaos. Well, since we're all quarantining at home for the next foreseeable future, I thought we should do some Easter crafts. So what I've done today is make these cute little Easter bunny ears, and they're napkin rings, but they can also just be decoration. This one is flannel. I had an old baby blanket, so I cut it apart and used that. And I faced it with a little cotton. And this one is just a cotton chintz, and it's the same on both sides. This one is also cotton chintz, but I faced it with the green fabric just for fun. And this one has not been sewn. I just cut out the pattern and used it just like that. And I think that's really cute too. So anyone around the house can help. If you don't want to sew anything, just cut out the pattern and put it on a ring. With these napkin rings, I am using just these little wooden rings right here, which I got from Amazon. They weren't very expensive, but a cheaper, easier method would be to use shower curtain rings. And I got these at the dollar store for $1, and they work just as well. The only thing I have to say is when I was putting these on, they kind of kept coming apart, which I didn't appreciate. So you could put a little bit of tape around here, or you could glue this area down so it won't come apart. This is the pattern I made. It's just on paper. I used parchment paper. It's kind of a teardrop looking thing. From the tip down to the mid mark here is about 3 inches, and it's about 3 inches wide. And from the tip down to the half mark is 7 inches. And I generally will fold it in half and lay it down and cut it out like that. I had some cute little fabric around. I always have scraps, so I had this really fun Easter looking roses. It's very chintzy looking. Chintz is a type of fabric. It's not saying that it's cheap, but these were also pillowcases that I had that are very similar to that. I think they're really cute. If you want to use old pillowcases, that would be great. And I had some yellow ones as well that I thought would be cute. So let's go ahead and start cutting out our fabric. I have folded my fabric up like this because I am going to put this pattern on the fold. There's the half mark, so I'm putting it down here on the fold, and I'll get one long strip. If you want to, I didn't do it on this one because this piece is a little longer than my fabric, but you could fold it up like that and cut it lengthwise, and then you'll get 2 pieces of your ear pattern. But I'm going to flip mine for now and put it down, and then cut out. I will need 2 pieces of fabric, this pattern, for 1 set of ears. So I'm just going to use my scissors, and it's quick and easy. Go around. It doesn't have to be exact. These are playful little things. And there won't be any stress on them. When there's a lot of stress on fabric, I make sure that it is all in good pieces. And that's the first one. So I cut out 1 more of these with the rose colors, and in order to back it this time, instead of using the same fabric, I'm going to use this green fabric, and it'll just give it a different look. So we'll do both of them. You can see what you like best, and they're super easy to put together. Okay, so that's my other one. Put this aside here. So I have 2 sets going on here. This one I'm going to put right sides to right sides and sew those together. And this one I'm going to put right side to right side, but it's going to be green and then the rose. All right, I'm going to pin these together but I want to show you something important before you start sewing. I've pinned these together, right sides to right side. And I have these little cross hatches right here to remind me that I am going to start sewing here and sew all the way around and stop there, leaving about 1.5 inch gap. And the reason I'm doing this is because we have to turn it inside out and we need an opening in which to do that. The other thing I'm going to do is not do 1/4 inch seam. 1/4 inch seam would come in about there. I'm going to try to go a little bit closer to the edge. So just a scant 1/4 inch seam, if you know what I mean. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. I've got it sewn together now, and I've left this little opening right here. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is just this tiny little seam here. The reason I do that is if it's small like this, well, we also don't want to take up a whole lot of fabric, but if it's small like this, you don't really have to clip the curves. And if it was bigger, there was more of a selvage there than you would. I'm not even going to clip off this part up here because I don't care if it comes to a severe point. So now I'm going to turn it, and once again, if I can get this pulled apart, I'm going to use my blunt pencil and just kind of scoot it up in there. And then we're going to come out at this opening and pull it through, just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Got to kind of finesse it a little bit. I'm going to be sticking my pencil back in there to get more of a tip on these ears. Here's my opening again, so I'm going to stick my pencil in there and just kind of get up there, and then I'm going to go back down to the other tip and do the same thing. Now this time I'm going to kind of run my pencil along that seam line. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm just pushing that out like that. We aren't going to be ironing these seams open because I don't want a hard line that presses on this. I want them to be fluffy looking. If you ironed it, it would sear it down a little too harshly in my mind. So this is basically what we have. And finger pressing is just kind of pushing it out with the warmth of your hand and your fingers. When it kind of folds in like that, just go where the seam is and kind of pull it out. You can kind of wiggle it with your fingers to do the same thing until you get it out just the way you want it. Okay, I'm going to do that to this one as well, and then we'll put them on our rings. I'm going to do it on the green side, so it's folded in half. Here's my wooden ring, and we're going through this way. Then you separate the loop here, and you put a bunny ear through, and a bunny ear through. Grab your bunny ears up here at the top and give it a good yank. Pull this part down as you're doing that. And now you've got your ears there. And this shows this cute little green part right here. And on this side you could have it the green part if you don't want to have it the pink part. And that's all there is to it. Really fun to do and easy to do. So happy Easter, everyone.